If you are looking for growth, if you are looking for transformation, if you are looking to step into your main character era, look no further than The Green Room. DM me on socials to find out more about my all-new community available at just 99 cents a month for my first 100 subscribers. Hello, gorgeous. You're listening to the Girlfriend's Guide to Starting Over podcast. If you don't know, I'm your host, Kayla, and I am so excited that you have found my platform. For those of you who are returning listeners, hey sis, welcome back. Over the last couple of weeks, I have deep dived into boundaries. I am talking everything from identifying what a boundary is to helping you identify areas where your boundaries need strengthening, even to telling you 5 different types of boundaries that are absolutely imperative to long-term success and happiness, all leading up to Rooted, the Hypermind, which kicks off next week, where we are going to spend 4 weeks together intensively, and I get to work one-on-one with you, helping you to identify areas where your boundaries need strengthening, helping you to recognize why this change is so important, helping you to find your voice, get it heard, and truly elevate your life. And I am so fired up about that. There are still seats left in Rooted. If you're interested, I will link that in the show notes so that you can get in. So in today's episode, I really want to talk about something that happened to me earlier this week at work. We've been talking about boundaries. We've been talking about being assertive. We've been talking about finding a line and drawing it. And something happened and it made me recognize how much I have grown. So earlier this week, I was offered some constructive feedback from a physician. And my answer to him was, I can see why you said that. However, in this situation, this is why I operated in this fashion. And I operated in the fashion that I had in order to secure safety for me and everyone around me, right? I wasn't upset. I wasn't sad. I wasn't angry. Y'all, my chest wasn't even beating fast, right? I didn't feel anything, none of that. And when I said that, instead of receiving or having an exchange of conversation, this individual said, "It's hard to receive feedback. I used to get really defensive as well." Excuse me? Because I was not defensive. I wasn't upset. I wasn't even on a level 2. As far as I was concerned, it was just a conversation. And I said, I appreciate that feedback. I wasn't really looking for any. And it was flat. It wasn't rude. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't antagonistic. But it was one of those things where you will not bait me. You will not gaslight me into thinking that I'm upset, into making me upset. You cannot get my blood pressure pumping because I'm not angry about this situation. And I went back to my office and I drank some water and I sat down and I thought over the incident. I reflected, if you will, and I realized how much growth that I had experienced. Because there was a time when I would have acted in a way to protect myself and to protect others, and someone would have given me constructive feedback and I would have quivered. I would have caved. I would have said, oh my goodness, in my people-pleasing mentality, this is what I'll do better next time. I am so sorry. And then there's a version of Kayla that would have had pure fury. How dare you criticize me? How dare you offer feedback? Don't evaluate me, evaluate the patient. There is a version of me who would have went there. But where I am now, I could recognize that what my intentions were not viewed by this person, and that's okay. I was not upset. However, this person was shocked or surprised that I was not upset and continued to push the envelope, and I refused to budge. What you will not do is move me off my square. I am like a tree by water. I will not be moved. I will not allow my emotions to be impacted from someone on the outside. I am the captain of my fate. I choose how I respond. I choose how I act. I choose how I move. And I want that for you too, in so many ways. This was emotional boundaries in action. I chose to stand in my power. I said what I said in my Nene Leakes voice. I chose to stand in my power. I chose to not be moved. I chose to know exactly what my intentions were, why I went the course of action that I went, and that I contend that I was never upset. Even in this moment, I'm not upset. The only thing that upsets me is the idea that you are going to gaslight me into being angry. And that's when I noticed, or that's when I posted that when you have been so accustomed to being silent, people will mistake your assertion as aggression. They think you're angry simply for standing your ground. Speak up anyway. Speak up anyway. So next week we are kicking off Rooted. I am so excited about it. I would love the opportunity to help you to do these same things, to own your actions, to own your thoughts, to own your behavior, to be so confident and comfortable in the way that you move that you cannot be shaken. There is going to be a link in the show notes. Come hang out with me, sis. Let's look at your relationships. Let's look at your work-life balance. Let's look at the way that things are going for you. Where can we get tighter? Where can we get stronger? Where can we identify a need? And where can we elevate your life? I love you. I appreciate you. And I cannot wait to see your transformation.